to lend support, to give us their energy and their positive vibe. It's my pleasure, and help me acknowledge Accra Girls, Abri Girls, Presec, Kwabenya Senior High, St. Aquinas, Laboni, Medina Cluster of Schools, Ahmed Forces, Hacho, Legon Government Hospital. A round of applause. Let's welcome these schools that are joining us this morning, and all the supporting schools. Just be on your feet as we acknowledge you. All the supporting schools that I have, I've just mentioned your name kindly. Kindly be on your feet. Come on, let's appreciate them. They are all here because of you. Huh? I want to feel a vibe that I'm not feeling this morning. Remember, this morning we are live. We are streaming live on the social media pages of the Cybersecurity Authority. And some of the schools are also streaming live on their social media platforms. Please take your seat, and thank you very much. Now it's my pleasure once again to acknowledge the schools that are featuring this morning on the competition platform. From the Southern Zone, Achimota from Greater Accra. Let's acknowledge them with a hand of applause. From the Northern Zone, and really, these are the champions that are representing their zones. So when you are clapping, please give a champion's clap. From the Northern Zone is Wa Senior High School. Come on, let's acknowledge them. Let's acknowledge Wa Senior High School. The champions from the Eastern Zone, St. Peter's Senior High School. Give them a round of applause, a round of applause. And then the champions of the Middle Zone is Sewa Kesi Girls Senior High School. A round of applause. We welcome all of you. And this is a most honored moment for me to introduce your quiz master, the assistant, and then we'll start cruising on the cyberspace. The quiz master for the 2024 National Cybersecurity Challenge is Mr. Joseph Quay. Mr. Quay is a dedicated cybersecurity professional with over 9 years of experience, and his specialty in Cybersecurity Operations Center, SOC operations, incident response, penetration testing, vulnerability management, and digital forensics. Mr. Quay is a passionate advocate for cybersecurity education. He has facilitated numerous training programs, and he has additionally played a key role in fostering young talent like yours outside his technical experience. Joseph is committed to making cybersecurity accessible and engaging for students. And having served as the quiz master for the last year's competition, he is thrilled to return and inspire the next generation of cyber defenders. Once again, help me welcome Mr. Joseph Quay, the quiz master for the NCC 2024 edition. My pleasure to also acknowledge and welcome the assistant quiz master. He is Dr. Joseph Budu. A hand of applause. Dr. Budu excels in academia, and he holds a PhD in information systems from the University of Ghana, Legon. He also holds an MPhil in Management Information Systems and a Bachelor of Education in Information Technology. He showcases his extensive background in technology field. His educational journey reflects a deep commitment to understanding and advancing the integration of technology and various aspects of life. Dr. Budu previously served as the head of Department of Information Systems and Innovation at GIMPA, including MSc in Digital Forensics and Cybersecurity. He has published several research papers and continues to contribute to the dialogue on how best to harness technology for societal benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, the Assistant Quizmaster for the NCC 2024 edition, Dr. Joseph Bodo. Please welcome him once again. On that note, officially we commence this year's event with an opening prayer. I welcome my colleague from the Cybersecurity Authority, Mr. Theophilus Boche, to give us the opening prayer. Would you kindly, solemnly welcome him? And please be on your feet. This is our first prayer of the day if you haven't done your devotion yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we pray? Father Lord, thank you so much for bringing us here today. We ask that you take us through a successful program. Help us to be able to take something, feel something, and conquer something. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please take your seat. There are other team members that we need to invite onto the podium. But before I do that, have a feel of what your quizmaster expects of you. I'll give the microphone briefly to the quizmaster, Mr. Joseph Quay, just to run you through a few ground rules, one or two, and then we would acknowledge the other table members.
All right, thank you very much. And everybody, welcome to this competition. We are hoping it will be an exciting and also a learning experience. Look, we are going to, so basically with the ground rules, we basically are asking that the audience does their possible best not to interrupt with what is happening on the stage. That means if you have any answers, yes, we know you are smart. Don't try to whisper these things out. Let's observe. Let's give them the chance to actually compete, right? So that in the end, we also all learn. Right. With regards to the rules of the competition themselves, right, we have basically 4 rounds to go. So the first round will be 40 questions. And these are very direct questions ranging from multiple choice questions, definitions. There are some too that they have to define. These are very straight to the point. You answer the question and then there's a mark that you will fetch. I will go into these once we start the actual competition. When it gets to the second round, we will be doing a case study. A case study will be shared with all the participants. They would solve these case studies and then we would give the necessary marks. The third round is a practical question that has been on the top of our minds for a while. We do all these competitions and the question is always, what practical things are we actually learning? So they will have access to an actual computer and then they would have to solve actual cases in cybersecurity. The fourth is the riddles. If we happen to have a tie at the end of the competition, we will determine the winner with riddles. So let's have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now to welcome the table members, we have Mr. Alexander Aretre. He's a score master for the 2024 NCC edition. Let's welcome him as he takes his seat. Welcome Mr. Joseph Entry Atto, the judge for the 2024 edition. And welcome Mr. Ernest Adomako, the timekeeper for the 2024 edition. As we zoom right into this session, it's also my privilege to acknowledge some of the guests that have joined us, but surely you would want to do that when you know your position regarding who is taking that trophy home. I hand over the microphone to the quizmaster, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so we'll get right to it. At this point, we'd like to invite the various students and then the schools that have made it this far into the competition, right? So starting from my far right, we have Achimota School. Achimota School, if you are here, kindly proceed to the stage with your contestant. Right after, we have St. Peter's Senior High School. St. Peter's Senior High School kindly follow Achimota School. All right, so let's follow up with Asawakese, right? You've made it this far. We're proud of you. Let's proceed to the stage. And then finally, we have Wa Senior High School. Okay, pardon the Wa Senior High School. Let's go on stage. Okay, let's come on stage and then let's start this. All right. Are we all on stage? All right, good morning once again. Again, I congratulate all of you for making it this far. It's not quite simple. I mean, there were so many schools and you made it this far. I'll go over the rules of the competition, again, this time in detail, the questions and then the point allocation, so that you can also be keeping points as we are doing this. All right. All right, so let me go over the rules. Once we got done with the rules, I will ask of you to introduce yourselves, then we delve right into it, okay? Round 1, multiple choice questions, definitions, direct answers, and true or false. In this round, competing schools would have 10 questions each. For each school, that is, you have 10 questions. 2 multiple choice questions, 2 true or false questions, 3 definition required questions, and 3 direct answers or fundamental concept questions. A correct answer gives you 3 points. Contestants have 10 seconds to answer a question in one attempt. There will be no bonus points for multiple choice questions and true or false questions. Regarding definition required questions and direct answer questions, once a school gets, so that's the direct answer questions, it says, hello? Once a school gets the answer wrong, the question can be attempted by any other school by ringing the bell or indicating from your end to answer for 2 bonus points. Contestants have 5 seconds in such cases to answer the bonus question in one attempt. If the attempted bonus question is answered wrongly, a 2-point deduction is made. Right. We'll go on with the rules of the second round. The second round rules are as follows. This is a case study. In this case study, in this round, participants will receive a general case study with questions to answer. A thorough and complete answer earns 3 points per question, while an incomplete answer earns 1 point. Students have 15 minutes to answer those questions. That's for round 2. For round 3, it's a practical question. You'll be given a laptop. This round involves a preamble and a case study requiring the demonstration of practical knowledge. Participants shall be given a computer with internet access to search, examine evidence, and analyze artifacts. 3 contestants will be required for that particular round. A thorough and a complete answer gives you 3 points. An incomplete answer fetches you 1 point. The final round, which is the riddles. In this round, there will be 10 riddles. There will be 10 riddles open to all schools. Each riddle is accompanied by a series of clues and for the schools. 1 attempt per question. A correct answer on the first clue gives you 5 points. On the second clue, you get 4 points. On the third clue and any other clues, you earn 3 points. After the full riddle is read, the remaining schools have 10 seconds to provide an answer with 2 points awarded for a correct response. These are the rules of the competition. In the competition, I will start with the first 2 rounds. I will hand over to my respectful Dr. Joseph Budu to handle the third and the fourth rounds, right? This is how to go. Let's introduce ourselves and let's start. Let's start from Achimota School. Let's go. Achimota School, can you introduce yourself? Achimota School, kindly introduce yourself and let's proceed. Hello, Achimota School. Is there a challenge? All right, sure. Let's move on to St. Peter's. We'll come back to Achimota. Kindly introduce yourselves.
I am Gilbert Finka.
Okay, Gilbert.
Jeremy Dante.
Jeremy, thank you so much. Achimota, as a result, can you use your micro?
Kwame Boachi.
Kwame, thank you.
Melchizedek Spencer.
That's quite an interesting name. Right, thank you. Let's proceed. Can you speak louder?
Salif Rafik is my name.
Salif, let's move on quickly.
My name is Abdulaziz Adnan. My name is Abdulaziz Adnan.
Right, thank you very much. Let's proceed.
I'm Dakra Ellen. I'm Abdallah Ziada.
Right, thank you so much. Now, let's test your bells very quickly. Achimota, is your bell working? Fantastic. Let's move on. St. Peter's. Thank you. Proceed. Wow, thank you. Everything is working. We are good to go. Let's get ready to rumble. All right. So, team, we are starting with Achimota. Your question is, which of the following is considered a cryptographic failure? A, using SHA-256 for hashing sensitive data. B, using outdated protocols like TLS version 1. C, implementing proper certificate pinning in mobile application. D, using RSA for asymmetric encryption with a 2048-bit key.
B.
It's correct. St. Peter's, your question. Which attack involves an unauthorized user forcing a server-side application to make requests to an unintended destination? A, SQL injection. B, server-side request forgery. C, cross-site scripting. D, buffer overflow. It's correct. So, okay, see. Well, your question. What is the primary purpose of a security operations center? A, to develop new cybersecurity protocols. B, to monitor, detect, and respond to security incidents. C, to audit internal IT systems of compliance. D, to train employees in security best practices.
B.
The answer is correct. So, okay, see. Your question. Which of the following is not a which of the following describes credential stuffing attack? Credential stuffing attack. A, an attacker tries all possible combinations of usernames and passwords. B, an attacker uses a leaked username and password pair for one service to gain access to other services. C, an attacker steals credentials through social engineering. D, an attacker exploits weak session management controls.
C.
It is wrong, sorry. So we proceed to Achimota. Which of the following is not a characteristic of an advanced persistent threat? A, targeted and prolonged attacks. B, use of sophisticated techniques. C, involves a high level of automation. D, long-term presence within a compromised system.
C.
The answer is correct, Achimota. St. Peter's, which protocol should be used for secure communication over a network? A, FTP, B, HTTP, C, Telnet, D, HTTPS.
D.
The answer is correct. Wow. Which of the following describes the Which of the following describes the integrity in the CIA triad? A, ensuring data is accessible to authorized users all the time. B, protecting data from unauthorized access or disclosure. C, ensuring data is accurate and unaltered by unauthorized users. D, encrypting data to maintain its confidentiality.
C.
The answer is correct. Wow. Sewakesi. What does an organization primarily rely on to ensure the security of its mobile devices? A, endpoint detection and response, into brackets EDR. B, mobile device management, into brackets MDM. C, firewall for configuration. And D, secure email gateways. Unfortunately, that's not correct, right? The answer is mobile device management. All right, so we are done with the multiple choice questions. We are now at the true or false, right? We will go back to Achimota to start the true or false. Let's start. Role-based access control ensures that users are only granted access to resources necessary for their role in an organization. True or false?
True.
The answer is correct. St. Peter's, a security information and event management system, okay, that's SIEM, provides real-time encryption for data in transit.
False.
The answer is correct. We move on to what? A penetration tester is responsible for finding vulnerabilities by simulating real-world cyber attacks on a system. True or false?
True.
It is correct. A denial of service attack, and that's a denial of service attack relies on multiple compromised devices to overwhelm a target.
False.
The answer is correct. Yeah, please try to be more audible, right? Get closer to the mic, it helps. Now, back to Achimota. The Common Vulnerability Scoring System, into brackets CVSS, is used to rate the severity of software vulnerabilities. True or false?
False.
The answer is true, right? That's the CVSS scoring. Let's move on. St. Peter's. A man-in-the-middle attack exploits vulnerabilities in network protocols to intercept or alter communications. True or false?
True. True.
It is correct. Wow. Social engineering attacks are exclusively based on exploiting technical vulnerabilities in systems.
False.
That is false. They go after human beings as well. So, okay, see, data in transit refers to data that is actively moving from one location to another. True or false?
True.
It's correct. We are done with the true or false. We are now at the definition aspect. Definition. So, define zero-day vulnerability.
So, a zero-day vulnerability is a kind of vulnerability that has no known patches or fixtures. So, it is a vulnerability that when it attacks a device, it has no predefined or known patches to it.
We'll give you that. St. Peter's, what is security misconfiguration?
Security misconfiguration is a vulnerability which occurs when the security settings or the security of an application or system is not configured properly, which makes it open for attacks.
That's correct. What? Define data exfiltration. Define data exfiltration.
Data is exfiltration. This is a method, this is a technique of
Your time is up. I believe this qualifies for a bonus. So, Sewakesi, would you like to attempt this for a bonus? I believe the bonus goes to the entire group. So, anyone wants to attempt this? Okay, so we'll move on. Yeah, I'm being reminded to tell you that if you get it wrong, it's -2. So, right, I would consider that out of circulation. Data exfiltration is the unauthorized transfer of data from a computer or a network. So normally when these hackers get into your environment, they try to steal your information. That process of stealing that information is what is called data exfiltration. So we are all learning. So okay, so your main question. Define insider threat.
When we talk about an insider threat, it's when a person who is given authorized access into a company tries to use the access he or she is given to steal data from the company or for malicious intent.
Yeah, we'll give you that. Okay, we'll give you that. Right, so I would remind all of you that please speak into your microphones. This is being recorded, right? So it helps if you are speaking clearly, they pick the sound better. Achimota, your question. What is cryptographic hashing?
So cryptographic hashing refers to the process of giving a unique fixed-sized value to a string of text in order to make it unreadable, or in order to hide it from attackers, or encrypt it to prevent it from being read or understood by others.
I'll give you a half, right? Let me tell you why I'm giving you a half. I'm giving you a half because you have mixed two definitions, right? You've mixed encryption and then hashing. And with hashing, the goal of setting those unique characters is to possibly protect the integrity of that information, right? So that when it changes, the value also changes. So you get half for that, right? Because you started right, the definition. St. Peter's. Define vulnerability scanning.
So, vulnerability scanning, it refers to the process of regularly scanning a system so as to discover vulnerabilities in order to promptly patch them to avoid...
That's correct. Well, define cross-site scripting.
Cross-site scripting is an attack where the attacker puts a malicious code in a website in order to read it.
That is fine, right? That is fine. So that's correct. So like I said, what is public key infrastructure?
Public key infrastructure.
Your time is up. Would anyone attempt this for a bonus? By ringing your bell, right? So if you ring your bell, you are ready for the bonus. Do not be afraid. If you get -2, it's all part of the game. Right.
A public key infrastructure is a frame model which manages all the cryptographic keys and...
Yeah, that's correct. So you get 2 points for that. That brings us to, I believe, Achimota. Define patch management.
So, patch management is defined as all the procedures that an organization adopts in order to all the procedures.
Speak into your microphone, okay?
All the procedures or techniques that an organization goes through or adapts in order to run or fix vulnerabilities in their system. And it's carried out by scanning the system to first detect the vulnerability and running further actions and techniques in order to fix those vulnerabilities.
You know what? Yes, you really suffered to get there, but you explain the point. Okay, that is fine. You get a full mark. Let's move on to St. Peter's. St. Peter's, your definition is sextortion.
Sextortion is an act where the attacker threatens to reveal intimate images of an individual in exchange for money or
that is correct. What is endpoint detection and response, into brackets EDR?
It is the act of checking the security of a device in order to get mitigation measures to resolve vulnerabilities.
You tried, but that is not correct. Okay, that's not correct. So it will go up into the air for a bonus. Endpoint detection and response. It will go up into the air for a bonus. Time. All right, time expired. It is the bonus expires. EDR is a security solution that monitors end devices. When you talk about end devices, you're talking about laptops. Anything that connects to a network is an end device. So a solution that can monitor these things for any security lapses or mostly viruses and things of that nature is an EDR. Let's move on. Sarah Kessie, your question. Your question is, define distributed denial of service attack, DDoS.
Distributed denial of service is the act of flooding a network with malicious tabs to make it unavailable.
Right, that is unfortunately wrong, right? So
distributed denial of service attack is the act of is an act where the attacker overwhelms a targeted system with multiple fraudulent email requests from multiple sources in order to...
You get it right. If you had not added the multiple sources, then you would have gotten a -2. With the distributed denial of service, what happens is that multiple computers are compromised and they all send overwhelming traffic to one target, making it overwhelmed and it can't be available. So that is correct. You get a full bonus point. We are done with the definitions. We are the direct answers. I ask you a question, you answer me straightly, right? Achimota, what is the goal or the key goal of a distributed denial of service attack?
The goal is to make the system unavailable to legitimate users.
That is correct. St. Peter's, identify true primary methods used to prevent brute force attacks, brute force password attacks.
So to prevent brute force attack, one should have a strong password. That is, it should contain numbers, letters, and different symbols. And 2, the person should use two-factor authentication.
That is correct. Wow. Okay, so why your question? What is a man-in-the-middle attack?
A man-in-the-middle attack is an attack whereby an attacker intercepts communication between two devices connected on a network by diverting...
That is correct. So, okay, Name 2 types of encryption used in cybersecurity. Speak into the microphone.
Asymmetric and symmetric.
That is correct. Achimota, what is the primary difference between IDS and then IPS?
So for IDS, it's only able to detect abnormalities in a system, but cannot run any patches to or respond to the abnormalities. But for IPS, it's able to detect and also respond.
That is correct. An IDS is an intrusion detection system, an IPS is an intrusion prevention system. St. Peter's, what does two-factor authentication provide in terms of security?
Two-factor authentication, it provides an extra layer of security because when a person wants to gain access into a system, after the normal password is typed, they send a code to the person's device, which he holds so that they
I'm satisfied with your answer. Thank you. That's a full mark. Well, what is sniffing? What is sniffing?
Sniffing is the act of capturing, monitoring and capturing communication over a network.
That is correct. So, okay, see. Name 2 components of a multi-layered cybersecurity defense strategy. Your time is up. Sorry.
So
Achimota, you attempt the bonus.
Network security and physical security. Physical security in terms of biometrics and fingerprints.
I appreciate the examples. That gave you the full bonus. Okay. Now to your actual question. What does the term cybercrime encompass?
Cybercrime encompasses all crimes that are carried out over a network using a computer.
All what?
All crimes or criminal activities that are carried out.
That is correct. St. Peter's, what is the role of a Chief Information Security Officer?
So the Chief Information Security Officer, that's CISO, he oversees the overall security strategy of an organization. That is
correct. Okay, that is fine. Well, what is honeypot in cybersecurity?
Honeypot is a decoy system that is used to lure attackers or hackers.
It is correct. It's an intentionally vulnerable system meant to, attract attackers. Now let's go on to Serokasi. You take the final question for this round. Name 1 preventive measure against social engineering attacks.
Don't click on suspecting links.
Let's give it to them. So they have the full mark. Right, so we are done with this. This brings us to the end of round 1. We would, time is really of the essence. We couldn't start on time, so we want to really be effective with the time. So they will compute the scores, right? Do we have the initial scores? Right. So before we do any, announcement of scores, are there any issues with the answers or the questions that have been presented so far? We invite your teachers to, come and then engage if there are anything of that nature. If there aren't, we will proceed. The second, so we'll be announcing the scores for the round. I will hand over the mic to Sir Alex to do that.
Okay, so if there are no concerns for it, okay, there is a concern. Can we have all teachers also approach, and then we can have a conversation? No, please wait for us over there. We're coming. Can we have all teachers from all the schools there as well? We want to have an open discussion with all parties involved.
All right. So you engage and then hopefully come to a consensus. Time is of the essence. We'll be moving very soon. So we'll ask, so before we go into the second round, do we want to replace any of the contestants? You have the ability to do that. If you want to replace any of your contestants across the various schools.
So at the end of round one, we have Sewa Kessis Girls High School with 15 points. Please, round of applause for them. Then we have Wa Senior High School with 26 points. Please, round of applause. Achimota Senior High School, 29.5 points. And St. Peter's Senior High School, 30 points. We have a school making a substitution, so that will happen and then we'll commence with the next round.
Would there be any substitutions? There is a substitution happening with Sewakese Senior High School, so we'll give them the opportunity to do that. We are done with the substitution. At this point, we are entering into the case study round. We are entering into the case study round. Your questions have been given to the groups. All the various schools have their questions. It's turned upside down. Do not open it yet. Let me read these and then we can start. Right? All right, so in this round, I think the rules have already been clear. Thorough and a complete answer earns you 3 points per question, while an incomplete one earns you 1 point. You have 15 minutes totally to answer the question, and I read it out. So for this round, this is a case study. A high school has noticed suspicious activity on its network. Students have reported receiving strange emails, and the school's online systems have experienced multiple login attempts from unknown sources. One student's account was accessed and their grades were altered. The IT team identified a malicious software, or into brackets, malware, on several school computers. You have 5 questions here. The first question, identify the possible types of cyber attacks the school might be experiencing. Second question, what are the most important steps the school's IT team should take to handle this incident? The third one is, what cybersecurity principles could the school implement to prevent this in the future? And how could the IT team use defense in depth to enhance the school's cybersecurity? The fifth one is, what role does user education play in preventing such cyber incidents? And what training should be provided to students and staff? Turn over your questions, answer. You have 15 minutes. Your timer starts now.
So, we are moving into round 3. Are we ready? This round involves a preamble or case study requiring the demonstration of practical knowledge. Participants shall be given, they have actually been given a computer with internet access to search, examine evidence,
and analyze digital artifacts to solve a case. 3 contestants will be required for this round, and the third ones have been invited. A thorough and complete answer earns 3 points per question, while an incomplete answer earns 1 point. The students have been given a digital forensic task where they need to analyze digital artifacts to solve a case using a computer with or without internet access. The scenario includes examining logs, identifying malware, and analyzing network traffic. They have 15 minutes to complete the tasks, and it starts now. All the best to all competing schools.
Students, time up. Please put your sheets down. Please drop your pens, put your sheets down. Thank you very much.
Please be on your feet as we welcome the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency, Hajia Samira Baumia. A very special guest of honor for the 2024 edition of the National Cybersecurity Challenge, arriving with our dignitaries. Once again, in honor of her presence, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Hajia Samira Baumia. Thank you all very much. Please take your seat as we continue with the competition.
All right, so we are about entering the final round. That will be the riddles. We will need two of you, right? So those of us who joined us on stage, you may exit, right? If there are any substitutions to make as well, you can let us know. But we are on the final round. I'll be handing over to my co-quiz master for this section. Before that, we would announce the scores for the case study.
All right, so thank you very much, students. We'll now announce the results for the case study round. So we had Sewakese Girls High School coming out with 8 points. Please, round of applause for them. We had Wa Senior High School with 11 points. Please, round of applause. Achimota Senior High School with 13 points. And St. Peter Senior High School with 9 points. Please, round of applause for all students.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Joseph. This is round 4. In this round, there are 10 riddles open to all schools. Each riddle is accompanied by a series of clues, and schools are allowed 1 attempt per question. A correct answer on the first clue earns 5 points. On the second clue earns 4 points. And on the third and subsequent clues earns 3 points. After the full riddle is read, the remaining schools will have 10 seconds to provide an answer, with 2 points awarded for a correct response. The riddles are cybersecurity themed, and points will be awarded based on how quickly teams answer, as I have indicated. So you would indicate your readiness to answer a question by pressing your bell. Achimota School, let's hear your bell. St. Peter's. Okay, so when you press your bell, you wait for your school to be called. Pardon? Your bulb is not working. Okay. So you wait for you to be called, and then you bring up your answer. Riddle number 1. Riddle 1. I'm the invisible gatekeeper, allowing you... Achimota School.
Firewall.
Firewall is incorrect. Allowing you into your account when you provide...
They rang their bell.
Thank you.
Intrusion detection system.
That's incorrect. I require something only you... St. Peter's.
Authentication.
Authentication is correct. For 4 points. That's the second clue.
Seriously?
Yes. Riddle 2. I make your data unreadable. St. Peter's.
Encryption.
Encryption is correct. For 5 points. St. Peter's. Riddle 3. I'm a trickster using... Sewa.
A hacker.
Pardon?
A hacker.
Hacker is incorrect. I'm a trickster using human nature to breach... Which one? Achimota School.
Social engineering attack.
That's incorrect. St. Peter's.
Phishing attack.
Phishing is correct for 5 points. 5 points, the first clue. St. Peter's, yes. Riddle 4. I'm the silent invader, spreading through your system. Achimota School.
Worm.
Worm is incorrect.
Spyware.
Spyware is incorrect. St. Peter's.
A virus.
Virus. Virus is incorrect. So the clues will continue. I am a silent invader spreading through your system undetected. Once inside, I can spy, steal, or destroy.
Spyware.
Spyware is incorrect. Everybody has spoken, so. Once inside, I can spy, steal, or destroy. You might download me unknowingly through an email attachment or a fake website. And the answer is malware. Riddle 5, sorry. I am the strong outer wall protecting it. St. Peter's.
A firewall.
Firewall is correct for 5 points. Riddle 6. I'm not just a code, but a key to unlocking. St. Peter's.
A password.
A password is correct for 5 points. 5 points. Riddle 7. I create a virtual tunnel, keeping Ashmota School.
TLS.
Pardon?
TLS.
TLS is incorrect. Keeping your internet connection.
VPN.
Pardon?
VPN.
VPN is correct. For 5 points, it's still the first clue, 5 points. Riddle 8. I am a code, but once I am used, I disappear forever.
One-time password.
You wait to be called. Okay. One-time password is correct for St. Peter's. St. Peter's. St. Peter's. Why rank 5? We answered. One answered. But you spoke. You rank first, but okay, we are deleting this riddle for the confusion. Thank you. Please, when you ring the bell, wait for you to be called, okay? Wait to be called. Thank you. So you are taking the next riddle. I ensure that only the people at Shimota School.
Access control.
Access control is correct for 5 points. No, this is a new riddle. You cancel that one. The next riddle. I protect your identity and personal details. St. Peter's. Time up, St. Peter's. Sewa School, Akasi. VPN is incorrect. I protect your identity and personal details when you are browsing the internet. You adjust me to decide who can see your posts and information on social media. Wow.
Privacy settings.
Privacy settings is correct. For 4 points. For 4 points. These are all the riddles. We will take the computation and come back. If there's a tie, we'll have extra riddles. Thank you. Please, let's clap for our contestants. Let's clap for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the quizmaster assistant and the team compute the results, once again, a round of applause. A resounding round of applause for the contesting schools and the contestant. I think they've done great. And to tell you the truth, I don't like this round at all. My heart was just pulsating. The images that were displayed, it was for us to possibly have answered to them. How many of you tried something out? Somebody said, I'm just admiring the pictures. Did you attempt anything? Okay. We'll be coming to you very soon. But who really takes the trophy home? I'm not asking you to whisper anything. Yeah? I think this is one of the best competitions within the cybersecurity space and see who we have here. During the competition, I know that Haja is just proud to be part of this moment, and before the entire competition ends, I know where her bias is. Sewakesi girls got response correct and she never stopped clapping. Already we know where this is. But of course, this event is supposed to be in 2 segments, right after the announcement of the results. Before we take a break, we'll have a cultural troupe. And that will be a time for us to do a little bit of stretch. We'll do a seamless transition. And then we have all the colors of the event. We're going to have a launch. But then I would invite the official MC for this event who will handle that session of the event. So just sit still, but still go ahead to do all the networking that you need to do as we wait for Dr. Bodo and the team to come up with the results. Thank you.
Okay. All right, students, well done. Please can we have a round of applause for all contestants on stage? Okay, so our score master, I'll announce the results for round 3 and then round 4. So with round 3, we had Sewakese Girls Senior High School with 10 points. Please round of applause for them. Wa Senior High School with 13 points. Please, round of applause. Achimota Senior High School with 18 points. And St. Peter's Senior High School with 13 points. Now with round 4, which was the riddle round, we had Sewakese Girls High School with 5 points. Wa Senior High School with 4 points. Achimota Senior High School with 5 points. And St. Peter's Senior High School with 24 points. So to conclude this contest, we had Sewakese with a final total score of 38 points. Wa Senior High School with 54 points. Achimota Senior High School with 65.5 points. And our National Cybersecurity Challenge champions, St. Peter Senior High School with 76 points.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, just with a round of applause and right on your feet. This is the moment to express all the excitement ever. 2024 National Cybersecurity Challenge. Welcome the champions, the reigning champions, St. Peter's. It's my pleasure to welcome our official MC, Na Ashoko Mensa Doku, as we welcome the cultural troupe right here to take over. Ladies and gentlemen, do not hide your excitement. Do not hide your excitement. We welcome the cultural troupe. Now it's your show. It's your show. It's your show as the cultural troupe takes over right here at the UPSA auditorium.
One more time, a round of applause for St. Peter's Senior High School. St. schools. It's been a really tough challenge this morning, but you all showed up well, and you did so well. St. Peter's, do you want to come up front for a minute? Come with the Jama. Come. Well deserved. St. Peter's Senior High School national champions of the National Security Challenge 2024. To join me on stage so we sing your school anthem, okay? Some of you, where are the competitors? Come. All right, let's sing your school anthem now. All right, St. Peter's, congratulations to all of you. Well done, and thank you so much. Well done. Now we'll have a cultural performance to usher us into the second part of this morning's program.
All right, sorry. All right, before we proceed, we gave the audience some questions to go through, some images to determine whether they were fake or they were real. And I would like these images to come again because I want us to learn something. The theme for this year's cybersecurity awareness has been misinformation and then disinformation. So kindly, all of these images, this is generated by AI. This is not real. This is not a real person. So if you have your script and you are choosing which one is... Now, do you see what is happening here? If you look at this at first glance, you may think it is real. But let's look at the image that precedes this. This image has been superimposed and lifted from an original image, which is this, to the next one. This is not necessarily to get into any discussions per se, but it's to let you know that we are in an era where seeing is not always believing, and that we need to be very watchful in the space that we find ourselves, and that's what our contestants try to show us today. So thank you for participating in this, and we hope you have a lovely afternoon. Thank you.
And now we'll have the cultural performance from Basilicus Oak Academy. A round of applause for them, please. And these young ones are doing a performance on a cybersecurity issue that children are currently facing, sexting. Sexting. That is what this performance seeks to showcase, and the dangers that children face online, the problem of sexting. children of Basilicos Oak from Oyarifa, and this was a presentation on sexting. Children, you know what sexting is? You don't know what it is at all. You've never heard of it before. Are you sure? Sorry? Some of you. Oh, it's okay. You can tell us if you've heard of it. Have you heard of it? Are you telling the truth? Okay. I am glad that all of you in this room have never heard of it before. That means that we are doing the right thing. A round of applause for yourselves. Well done. Good morning once again. Okay, we have, for those of us who have never heard it, we have it written in caps for you to see. And we are not showing it to you because we want you to go and do it. We are showing it to you so that you know that people are doing it and we want to protect you from it. Okay? Okay? So you would not take part in this. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much, Basilicos Oak. And I'd like to warmly and humbly welcome all of us to the second part of this morning's program. Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Hajia Samira Bawumia, it's great to see you. Good morning and welcome. And a very special good morning also going out to our team from the Ministry of Children, of Gender, Children, and Social Protection. A special good morning going out to our team from the National Cybersecurity Authority. If you'd give me just a moment, I'd like to acknowledge our special guests who are here with us. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of, and this is in no particular order, Madam Joyce Odami from Child Protection, UNICEF. She's the chief. Good morning, Madam. Great to have you. To Ming Yong Kim, again, Chief Protection Officer from UNICEF. Great to have you. Dr. Janet Forfier, the former Chair, Public Services Commission, and Chairman, Presidential Emoluments Committee. Also to Dr. Albert Nchiboisiaku, the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, sir. Good morning. Mr. Reginald Boche, Board Member of the Cybersecurity Authority, the Governing Board. We are going to be clapping a lot, so don't stop clapping, okay? Because our special guests have left all their responsibilities this morning to be here with us in order to do this very important thing. Also, Madam Irene Sam, National Parent and Teachers Association, the PTA, is here with us. Thank you, Madam, for being here. Mr. Gabriel Oforia Pia, Ghana Internet Safety Society. Also, Her Excellency, Ms. Berenice Owen Jones, Australian Commission High Commissioner, is here with us. Your Excellency, you're welcome. Emmanuel Arthur, the CEO of Ramses Infotech Solutions. Madam Angela Edu, Manager at MTN Ghana. Superintendent Emmanuel JB, Director for Cybercrime Unit at the Ghana Police Service. Mr. Falco Disu, Deputy Director, Schools and Instructions Division, GES, representing the Director General of GES. Yes, sir. Ni Oko Collinson, Deputy Manager, Cybersecurity Division, the NCA. Mrs. Amma Deborah, also Deputy Manager, Cybersecurity Division, the NCA. Fianchra Maccabi, Deputy Country Rep, UNICEF in Ghana. Mr. Bernard Asamoah, Country Rep, UNODC Ghana. And finally, Mr. Michael Maugbe, Executive Secretary to the President of the GJA, is also here with us. Now, thank you all, our very special guests, for taking the time to be with us this morning. We appreciate your presence. We've been doing this for months, many, many months, going across all the 16 regions of the country, doing this competition. And this morning, we gathered here very early at 8 a.m. for the grand finale. It was very keenly, very fiercely contested between YSHS, Ashimota School, our girls from Sewa Kesi High School, and our winners, St. Peter's SHS. It was a very interesting competition, and all our students did so well, and we're so proud of all of you. But today, we have not come here only to compete. We've come here to do something very important. The launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework. This is a very pivotal step towards safeguarding our children in the digital world. We're all online now. How many of us have WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook? Or Facebook, we are not on Facebook anymore. It's for your parents. The old people, I see. But we are all on TikTok, right? Well, some of us are not. Okay. Well, it's important that while we are online, we are protected from bad people online. And that's why we are launching the National Child Online Protection Framework, so that while you're online, you are safe. And this has come at the right time, because only a year ago, a report by UNICEF and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children showed that only in the year 2023, last year, about 20,586 material which was used in child abuse, exploitation, access to material online which is of a sexual nature relating to children, were all accessed or processed or produced from Ghana. That is not a good thing. 20,586 reports of child sexual abuse material were accessed or produced from Ghana. It's a very scary number. And so the launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework has come at a very good time. So this morning, I encourage all of us to sit tight, to listen, pay attention, and participate in what's going to happen here. Without further ado, I'd like to invite to give us our opening remarks with a very big round of applause. Help me welcome the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Nchiboisiakon.
Your Excellency, Hajia Samira Baumia, the Second Lady of the Republic, the Australian High Commissioner to Ghana, a Deputy Representative from UNICEF, partner UNODC representative, the rest from the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, representation also from the Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service, whom we've been collaborating with. The rest from the civil society institutions that have been working with us over the past few years to promote child online protection within the country, participating schools, their teachers, parents who have gathered here, the management and staff of the Cybersecurity Authority, especially the Child Online Protection Division, and Cybersecurity Awareness Man team that have put this together. It's close, that's fine. Friends from the media as well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. I am pleased to welcome you all to the finals of the 2024 edition of the National Cybersecurity Challenge. I extend my greatest appreciation to the Second Lady, Madam Samira. We know you've been going around the country, and I think we're just fortunate that you happen to be in Accra to join us here. But I want to say we commend you for your active engagement in the democratic process of the country. I think what you're doing goes beyond your personal or party interests. At least, by the information I have, you are inspiring many young women and girls to engage in the political and democratic development of the country. Your efforts will encourage you, and I do believe that will also encourage other people, especially females, for leadership in the future. Keep on, and we support you. Talking about impact, I think I also want to, even though The minister who has been leading this process is currently not around, and she's being represented by the Deputy Minister for Communications. Of course, we know this election season. Honorable Charles Champon will be here to carry that message. But I think we've been fortunate that we've had women making impacts within this country. For close to 8 years, Madam Esla Osuekufu has been leading Ghana's cybersecurity development. At the time she was given a mandate, ITU Global Cybersecurity Index positioned Ghana around 32.36%. That was in 2017 when she assumed our leadership. As I speak now, in 2024, Ghana's position has moved from that stage to 99.27. Yes. With Ghana ranked in a tier 1 category and effectively being designated as a role modeling country according to the index I spoke to you about. I think I'm fortunate to have seen the first on the women leadership in this area. And I want to commend you as well, Dr. Janet. As you were referred to as the former chair of the Public Services Commission, she actually set us up. She interviewed me. She interviewed most of my directors. In other words, we're a new institution. She did that. But not just about the support she gave in establishing the authority, but as a matter of fact, what she has become as, the new cyber ambassador. Okay, you are transitioning, even after 70 years. But I think it's impressive to see all this development and how they impact on these young people that we've gathered here. Madam Second Lady, we do trust and hope that when you move from the Second Lady to the First Lady, you take the protection of children as one of the things. This is my personal plea to you, Madam, that there are a lot of things that, of course, First Ladies take on board, but do not forget carrying child online protection. Thank you. And we do believe that you'll be able to do good to support us in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapid emergence and advancement of technologies highlight the rapidly evolving nature of the digital era. While this advancement offers significant benefit, they also present substantial threats, especially to our children. Over the past decade, children and young adults have consistently been the most active group online. According to Statista, as of January 2024, approximately 24.06 million Ghanaians were connected to the internet, with about 7.60 million active social media users. This data highlights a significant digital engagement among the younger demographic. Particularly, the extensive use of social media exposes them to various cyber threats, including cyberbullying, cyberstalking, online exploitation, and exposure to harmful contents. The Internet Watch Foundation reports that the most common platform used to hold child sexual abuse materials are social media platforms, followed by file sharing sites and image sharing sites. Such exposure to cyber threat can inflict psychological trauma on young users, potentially having long-lasting effects on their lives. In 2022, the Child Online Protection Division of the CSA surveyed selected senior high schools in the Greater Accra region, aiming to collect information about the online habits, risks, and vulnerabilities of students using the internet. Key findings of the survey established that about 64.35% of students reported receiving pornographic materials in various forms, including images, words, and videos. All these data reflect the need for effective interventions by the state and relevant stakeholders to protect children and young adults from harmful materials, whilst, of course, supporting them to fully enjoy their digital rights as citizens. The Cybersecurity Authority, working with local international partners, has been leading national efforts in this regard. Measures that have been put in place include regular awareness creation in schools and communities, the celebration of the Africa Safer Internet Day, and also the adoption of the National Cybersecurity Challenge. The challenge has been one of the initiatives aimed at promoting cyber safety and awareness among high school students by providing them with first-hand experiences in identifying, preventing, and mitigating digital threats, especially online child sexual exploitation and abuse. Since 2022, the challenge has become an annual rallying point for high school students across the country to compete in exciting exercises demonstrating their knowledge of cybersecurity. To build on the gains achieved in 2023, the CSA scaled up this year's competition to reach about 70 schools, drawn from all the 16 regions of the country. I think I want to commend my team at the COP for continuing, despite the difficult challenges, to focus, stay on, and delivering this mandate. It is basically for the interest of the Ghanaian children. So I thank you. As a lead agency responsible for online safety in Ghana, we are committed to working with stakeholders to continue to implement relevant measures to safeguard the digital life of every child in Ghana. In this regard, we are further strengthened and guided to achieve this goal with adoption of the National Child Online Protection Framework, which will be launched today by the Second Lady. The adoption of the regulation on child online protection will also be completed by the end of the year to support the authority with this mandate to implement Section 62 to 66 of the Cybersecurity Act, as well as other relevant provisions. It is also worth noting that the establishment of the National Steering Committee for the Challenge is well underway. This committee will provide broader strategic direction for the initiative, ensuring a more inclusive and structured process for selecting the participating senior high schools. My school wasn't selected, and I didn't know the formula that was used. I think there's something wrong, but I do believe if we have a national committee from different angles, I won't tell you which school is that, if it wasn't selected. We should be able to have a better way of selecting the schools and also eventually increasing the numbers to ensure that those become a formidable initiative to support our young children. Its formation will certainly also help in terms of reaching out and just beyond government actors, we can have a lot more civil society partners also collaborating in this particular area.
Please help me welcome up on stage with a very big round of applause, the Deputy Country Representative, Mr. Fiakra Makase. A round of applause for him, please.
Your Excellency, the Second Lady of Ghana, Mrs. Amira Baumia, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Honorable Deputy Minister, and other colleagues from the various ministries, including the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Ministry of Communications. Director General, Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Antwi Boziako. Director General of the Ghana Education Service, heads of government agencies and private sector representatives, members of the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group, stakeholders from the child online protection ecosystem, teachers, students present, friends from the media, Your Excellency also High Commissioner Owen Jones. May I say all protocols observed at this point? It always makes me so nervous I leave somebody out, but it's not intentional if I have. So UNICEF, of course, is once again very delighted to be part of the climax of another National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, especially on a day dedicated to child online protection. And I would really like to applaud Ghana for its continued commitment and its advances that have been made to strengthen cybersecurity across the country. The leadership and efforts of the Cybersecurity Authority to promote child online protection within the broader cybersecurity agenda of the country is really commendable. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet presents significant opportunities for young people. The digital environment has increasingly become an important part of everyone's lives. It provides a range of new opportunities for children and young people to communicate, to access information, to express their opinions on matters that affect them. Meaningful access to digital technologies can support children to realize the full range of their rights. An evidence from a national study on child online practices in Ghana conducted in 2017 with the support of UNICEF indicates that nearly 70% of children then use the internet for learning. This shows that the internet has become not only important, but a critical resource in our lives, especially in the lives of children. But access to the internet also presents some risks. As we've heard, according to the 2022 Cyber Tip Line reports by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, nearly 22,000 child sexual abuse materials were accessed, shared, or produced from Ghana. The number of Cyber Tip Line reports has increased exponentially from 750 in 2016 to, as we heard earlier, in 2023, almost 25,000. This is further corroborated by the findings of the national research which revealed that 4 out of every 10 children or adolescents have seen sexual images while online, and approximately 3 in 10 children or adolescents said that they have experienced something that bothered or upset them when online. These statistics are disturbing, and it is in this context that UNICEF welcomes the approval and launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework, which provides a comprehensive approach to prevent and respond to such concerns. The framework presents a great opportunity to mobilize all the key actors around the common goal of building a safer online world for children to grow and thrive in an ever-growing digital world. With UNICEF's support and the support of other partners, Ghana is among the vanguard countries leading the way to advance the safety of children online globally. In addition to the National Child Online Protection Framework, Ghana's achievements include the development of a legislative instrument to the Cybersecurity Act 1038, which is currently pending before Parliament, and the establishment of a child protection digital forensic lab within the Ghana Police Service. Training modules on investigation and prosecution of online child sexual exploitation and abuse have been developed to enhance investigations and prosecution of such cases. Additionally, a victim support information package and training manuals for the social service workforce and allied workers have been developed and are being rolled out. For its part, UNICEF has been involved in child online protection initiatives since 2018, supporting regional sensitization programs such as the National Cybersecurity Challenge in senior high schools. Over 40,000 students in all 16 regions have benefited from these programs. And it's important to highlight that child online safety has been incorporated into the Ghanaians Against Child Abuse campaign and the Child Protection Community Facilitation Toolkits, which have reached now over 4 million people to date through mass social media as well as community engagement activities in 170 districts across the country. And these are significant achievements. But now more than ever, it's important for Ghana to ratify the optional protocol to the Convention on the Rights of the Child, on the sale of children, child prostitution, and child pornography. We commend the ongoing efforts by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection towards the ratification, but we urge others to get behind the ratification of the optional protocol, which has been pending, unfortunately, for several years. Secondly, we cannot completely secure the digital space for children without full engagement of the private sector. We urge the Cybersecurity Authority to continue to facilitate engagement with the telecommunication companies and internet service providers on the key provisions, as well as on their roles and obligations under the Cybersecurity Act 1038. This includes the need for the development of a voluntary industry code on issues relevant to child online protection, such as detecting, blocking, filtering, taking down content that endangers or undermines the protection of children online, and ensuring safeguards over children's data. Before closing, I'd like to acknowledge also the support of other development partners working in this area, all of them, including Safe Online and GIZ. And lastly, let me reiterate UNICEF's commitment, its ongoing and long-term commitment to the protection of children from all forms of violence, abuse, and exploitation in all settings, including online. UNICEF will continue to support Ghana in this journey and to ensure the safety of children everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Minister for Communications and Digitalization, Honorable Charles Champong. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Rita Owusu-Fojo from ARC Foundation. Thank you for joining us this morning. Next, we will take some solidarity messages. First, from the Ghana Education Service. Please, with a very big round of applause, let's welcome the Director of Admin, GES, representing the Director General of GES, Madame Justina Jabba.
Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Mrs. Samira Baumia, the Director General, Cybersecurity Authority, other development partners around, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, students, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everyone here. I bring you warm greetings from the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa. He is currently attending to another equally important assignment, hence his inability to be present with us here. It's an honor to stand before you today to read a speech on his behalf. I am honored by this invitation to be here today at the finals of the National Cybersecurity Challenge and the launch of the National Security Challenge. As we gather here for the finals of the National Cybersecurity Challenge and the launch of this critical initiative, I would like to applaud the tireless efforts of the organizers, sponsors, and participants who had made this event possible. Your dedication to promoting cybersecurity awareness and education is truly commendable. In today's digital interconnected world, cybersecurity is no longer a niche concern, but a critical component of our national security and economic stability. As we continue to leverage technology to drive growth and innovation, we must also recognize the inherent risk and vulnerabilities that comes with it. The theme for us today, combating misinformation, disinformation in a digitally resilient democracy, our collective responsibility, resonate deeply with our mission to promote critical thinking, media literacy, and digital citizenship among our students. As educators, we recognize that the spread of misinformation and disinformation can have far-reaching consequences for our democracy and society cohesion. As stakeholders in the education space, we have a shared responsibility to equip our students with the skills, knowledge, and values necessary to navigate the digital landscape effectively. This includes promoting critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and ethical decision-making. At the Ghana Education Service, we are committed to promoting awareness among our learners and then teachers. We also recognize that it is a collective effort and look forward to collaborating with stakeholders to achieve our goals. To our participants, I urge you to continue exploring the exciting field of cybersecurity and to leverage your skills and knowledge to make a positive impact in our communities. To our stakeholders, I invite you to join us in this critical endeavor and to support our effort to promote cybersecurity awareness and education in all our schools. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate the importance of combating misinformation and disinformation in our digitally resilient democracy. Together, we create a safe, more informed, and more resilient digital community. I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the participants. Each of you have demonstrated resilience, discipline, perseverance, and you deserve to be celebrated for your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, before I take my seat, I would like once again to convey the best wishes from the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Mr. Eric Nkansa, and to you all, and the emphasis on our commitment to collaborating with all stakeholders to safeguard our learners in this fast evolving digital economy. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Madam Justina Jabba, Director, Administration, GES, representing the Director General of GES. Next, we'll take another solidarity message. Please, with a very big round of applause, help me welcome up on stage Her Excellency, the High Commissioner, Australian High Commission, Madam Berenice Owen-Jones.
Your Excellency Samira Bayoumia, Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Honourable Deputy Minister of Communications, Dr. Albert Antwi Bosiako, Director General, Cybersecurity Authority, distinguished guests, dignitaries, officials, teachers, parents, and students. It's been an honour for me to be here at the UPSA campus, taking part in the National Cybersecurity Challenge as part of the annual National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. When I met with the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority fairly recently, I was impressed by how this initiative had grown from a small pilot program to become a national event. I commend Ghana's Cybersecurity Authority for their tremendous achievement. Please, can we, a round of applause. I'm also very pleased to be present for the launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework. As in Ghana, cybersecurity and child online safety are big issues in Australia. Australia has recently taken some important steps to address these issues because we feel as if it is an important issue for our society. The Australian government, this year actually, the Australian government invested close to $9 million to improve online safety. We recently updated our laws to keep up with the ever-changing technology, and that's the challenge, having to keep up. We introduced the Online Safety Act, which gives the government powers to remove harmful online content and requires online platforms, including social media platforms, to do more to protect both adults and children online. More broadly, in the cybersecurity space, Australia has appointed an ambassador for cyber affairs and critical technology. He travels around the world to meet other governments, take part in international fora, to talk about cyber issues and discuss how we can work together with other governments and with civil society to make the online world safer. Australia's cyber ambassador visited Ghana just last year And he was particularly impressed by what he saw here in Ghana and by Ghana's leadership, and Ghana's leadership in the region. We're looking forward to further collaboration with Ghana on cybersecurity. In this regard, I want to commend Ghana for reaching a tier 1 in the Global Cybersecurity Index. Another round of applause. So yes, the future is bright for Ghana's cyber capabilities. As well as investing in technical and legal frameworks, it's great to see that Ghana is investing in its most important resources, future generations. Raising awareness on cyber safety and getting young people interested in these careers is vital. Cyber is an area that is growing and changing rapidly, as we've said, and will create job opportunities in the future. So it's something for you to think about as students. As parents and teachers, we also have a collective responsibility to provide guidance on how to be online safely, and we've heard this during other presentations. And I was very struck, I must say, by the cultural representation of the dangers of online grooming and sexting. I thought that was very impactful. So this issue can be daunting for parents and teachers to tackle, and it can be a little bit sensitive to have these conversations at home. If you would like some guidance, I can recommend a website created by the Australian Federal Police. It is called Think You Know, and the U is spelled like the letter if you want to look it up. It has lots of advice and very practical information on online safety for adults to share with children and teenagers and to inform some of these difficult conversations. And of course, all these resources are completely free. To all the students who are here today, the fact that you've participated in the National Cybersecurity Challenge means that you know more than most, and that was very clear during the quiz. And I want to congratulate you on making the finals. I know it was a very tough competition, and to all of you who participated within your school and your region, really, really well done. And of course, a big congratulations to St. Peter's Senior High School. Perhaps we could have another round of applause. And of course, again, a big thank you and congratulations to the National Cybersecurity Authority for their very creative national campaign, the National Cybersecurity Challenge. What a success.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Next, we'll take our final solidarity message from the country representative, UNODC Ghana, Mr. Bernard H. Asamoah.
Thank you very much, MC Nashoko. Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana. I'm not being prophetic, please. The Deputy Minister of Communication and Digitalization, representing the Honorable Minister. My own brother, the Director General of the National Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Ntribo-Siakun, Dr. Janet Fofie, the immediate past chairperson of the Public Services Commission, whom I've personally had the opportunity to work with on several platforms. My colleague, Deputy Rep from the UNICEF, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an opportunity for me to be here representing UNODC to deliver this message. I think the launch of the framework is so crucial at a time that the United Nations has also launched the Cybersecurity Treaty. And therefore, it is incumbent upon us to work together to achieve the successes that we are looking out for. It is a privilege to represent UNODC today at the finals of the annual National Cybersecurity Challenge, alongside some of the brightest minds from senior high schools across Ghana. Congratulations to these schools for coming this far. You have all demonstrated not only your knowledge, but your commitment to one of the most critical issues of our times, which is cybersecurity and the fight against cyber threats. In an era where technology permeates every aspect of our lives, the importance of cybersecurity cannot be overstated. The theme for this competition, Combating Misinformation, Disinformation in a Digitally Resilient Democracy, Our Collective Responsibility, underscores the critical need for cultivating awareness, knowledge, and skills to protect our digital ecosystem from evolving threats. On behalf of UNODC, I wish to commend the CSA, especially the COP, which is ably led by my own sister, for the great initiative to save our children from cyber attacks. And UNODC stands committed to collaborate with the CSA to protect our children and to promote and continue this initiative. As we get closer to elections, disinformation and misinformation is one of the crucial issues we need to tackle. And it is appropriate to engage the youth that is active on the cyberspace to decipher the truth, accurate and reliable information from the mischievous ones. Further, as we become increasingly connected, the digital world offers incredible opportunity for our youth, but also introduces serious risk. Cybercrime is one of the emerging issues, and it can affect anyone, especially young people like our children seated here, who are active online. This is why prevention is a cornerstone of UNODC action in combating cybercrime, and why we decided to support the National Cyber Security Challenge organized by the CSA for a second year. This initiative embodied UNODC's partnership and commitment with Ghana national authorities. We are particularly proud of the truly innovative initiative developed by the CSA to engage youth in cybercrime prevention and raise awareness. These initiatives focus not only on educating young people, but also on giving the young people, the next generation, the tools to control their digital lives. By participating in challenges like this, you are becoming advocates for safer online spaces, helping to protect not just yourselves, but your communities at large. I must say that in February this year, I personally joined the CSA and UNODC team to the Volta region to embark on sensitization. And without any doubt, I dare say that the youth are so much knowledgeable in matters of the internet. Therefore, the advocacy on associated risk remains a priority for UNODC. Through our joint efforts, UNODC, CSA, and the other partners of this initiative are empowering you to lead the fight against cybercrime, making Ghana safer, smarter, and more secure in the digital age. In conclusion, I wish to thank you all and congratulate the schools for coming this far and wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Pescoba, your seniors online say I should tell you that they are very proud of you and that they wish they were here to support you. I'm reading this on Facebook, since you are not on Facebook, right? Because Facebook is for the old people. Anyway, Next, I'm honored to invite up on stage the Honorable Deputy Minister for Communication and Digitalization, Honorable Charles Ichampong, standing in for the Minister, Honorable Ursula Owusu-Ekuful. A round of applause for him, please.
Pescopa. But you don't know, I'm also a Pescopa. I completed 99, so I'm proud. So it's like, in Chi, you say, Yaofufa Tunkwem. I'm going to blow my own trumpet when I leave here. I'm so happy. At least, you have made us proud. Madam, apologies from the Minister of Communication, Madam Ursula Owusu-Ekuful. Should have loved to be here, but then she promises that next time she'll join you with this event. The Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Hajia Samira Bawumia. Even though you didn't want to be prophetic, I'll be prophetic. So you shouldn't worry, the First Lady incoming. The Australian High Commission in Ghana, Ms. Bernice Owen-Jones. The Director General, Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Inchi-Busiako. The representative for the Director General of Ghana Education Service. The Deputy Country Representative, UNICEF Ghana, Mr. Fiak Maxey. The Country Rep, UNODC Ghana, Mr. Bernard Asamoah. Heads and teachers of participating schools, students, all partners, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. The 2024 edition of the National Cybersecurity Challenge provides another opportunity to celebrate the ingenuity of our young students in cultivating a cyber hygiene culture and encourage them to explore careers in cybersecurity. The maiden edition of the National Cybersecurity Challenge was launched in 2022 with only 6 participating schools. The 2023 edition of the challenge witnessed 50 schools participating with additional schools expressing interest. This year's edition was extended to 70 participating schools from all the 16 regions of Ghana, grouped into 4 zones, North and Middle, Eastern and Southern. The National Cybersecurity Challenge plays a crucial role in the observation of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, a month-long program that aims at raising awareness on cybersecurity best practices, addressing the growing concerns of online vulnerability, and encouraging a cyber hygiene culture among our key stakeholders, namely children, business, the public, and government. The theme for this year's National Cybersecurity Challenge is empowering young minds, creating opportunities, promoting a safer digital Ghana. It underscores the government of Ghana's firm commitment to nurturing and developing the cybersecurity champions of the next generation, as outlined in the Safer Digital Ghana campaign launched by His Excellency the Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in 2018. Other initiatives such as the Girls in ICT project, championed by the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, have trained over 100,000 Ghanaian females in ICT and cybersecurity. The National Cybersecurity Challenge equips students with the knowledge and skills to identify, prevent, and mitigate digital threats. Studies conducted by the ITU reveal that 1 in 3 internet users globally is a child under the age of 18. This demography, while being the most engaged in the digital world, is among the most vulnerable. Data collected by the National Computer Emergency Response Team set as of October 1st, 2024, revealed that 35% of cases involving children under the age of 18 were online sexual exploitation incidents, with the remainder being distributed among online fraud, unauthorized access, and online blackmail. These figures underscore the urgent need for protective measures to address cybercrime and lay the foundation for a safer digital environment for our future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to inform you that as part of this event, we will be launching the National Child Online Protection Framework. This initiative is designed to provide safeguards for our children in the digital world by way of multifaceted approach that includes awareness, education, technology solution, policy, and legislation, among others. The National Child Online Protection Framework is an integral part of our broader Safer Digital Ghana campaign. Since its inception in 2018, this campaign has educated over 160,000 students on how to stay safe online. With the launch of the Child Online Protection Framework, we aim to cover even more young children across the country, ensuring that they have tools, knowledge needed to navigate the digital landscape safely. As we reflect on the magnitude of these efforts, let us not lose sight of the urgency of the cybersecurity on a global scale. According to Forbes, the digital economy is expected to reach $8.1 trillion by 2026, with e-commerce alone contributing to $2.9 trillion. The 2023 International Information System Security Certification Consortium study also established that although the global cybersecurity workforce has grown to 5.5 million people, there remains a significant shortage with an additional 4 million professionals needed worldwide to safeguard our digital ecosystem. Ghana is not immune to this global trend. The skill gap represents a critical challenge, but also presents a significant opportunity for each of you here today. Therefore, I encourage you to continue to nurture the interest you have shown in the cybersecurity space. Our rapidly expanding digital economy demands that we close the cybersecurity gap and ensure our nation is prepared to tackle the challenges of the future. The skills you have honed during this competition are in high demand. They will continue to grow in importance as you move forward in your education and later in your careers. The National Cybersecurity Challenge is just one initiative of broader efforts to develop robust cybersecurity workforce. I'd like to thank the Second Lady of Ghana, the Cybersecurity Authority, the participating schools, our key partners, Ghana Education Service, UNICEF, UNODC, sponsors and key stakeholders who have made this event possible. In conclusion, to you, aspiring minds and esteemed learners, cybersecurity is a dynamic field that demands curiosity, innovation, and deep sense of responsibility. By participating in this competition, I urge you to commit to be part of the solution of fostering Ghana's digital future. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Next, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of two individuals who have been very, very instrumental in child online protection in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me acknowledge with a very big round of applause, Dr. Nana Kofi Annan. He led the establishment of the Child Online Protection Unit at the Cybersecurity Authority. Also, a very big round of applause for Madame Efua Brown-Eisen. She is the immediate past lead for the Child Online Protection Unit at the Cybersecurity Authority. And now, it's my singular honor to invite up on stage to give us a keynote address, Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Hajia Samira Bawumia. A very big round of applause for her. A louder round of applause for her. Let's keep it going till she gets to the microphone. A bigger one, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable Deputy Minister of Communications,
country representative for the UN Office on Drugs and Crime, Mr. Bernard Asamoah, who didn't want to be a prophet. Deputy Country Rep for UNICEF, the Director General, National Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Intermission, representative from the Ghana Education Service, Australian High Commissioner, Her Excellency Bernice Owen-Jones, other distinguished guests, development partners, teachers, parents, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon my hoarse voice. As you can imagine, I've been doing a lot of talking lately. But I'm really honored to join you at the finals of the National Cybersecurity Challenge and the launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework. I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude to the Cybersecurity Authority for their leadership in advancing Ghana's cybersecurity landscape. Your efforts at strengthening Ghana's cybersecurity landscape, particularly through the NCC, the National Cybersecurity Challenge, which is an important platform for fostering cybersecurity awareness and best practices among senior high schools, is commendable. This initiative, as was mentioned, was started with several schools, but it has expanded to about 70 schools now, which is exciting, and I think we should even do more, as the Director General said, demonstrating the growing importance of cybersecurity education in our society. The objective of this challenge is clear: to equip our students with the skills and knowledge to interact with digital technology confidently, safely, and responsibly. All these students showing off evidence of weeks of dedication, hard work, and commitment truly warms my heart. Well done, and congratulations. And Honorable Minister, my brothers also went to PESCO, so, you know, we're all happy today, right? Even though I was rooting for my young ladies. Congratulations to all of you. I want to also take a moment to acknowledge the remarkable dedication of our teachers. Your contribution to nurturing these talents are invaluable, and we are truly grateful for your efforts. This year's theme, Empowering Young Minds, Creating Opportunities and Promoting a Safer Digital Ghana, resonates deeply with the Government of Ghana's vision to foster a generation that is not only aware of threats, but is also equipped to confront them. The digital age, with all its promises of connectivity and innovation, has also brought on challenges that were unimaginable just a few years ago. We are witnessing across the globe how false information can undermine trust, destabilize societies, and endanger lives. Misinformation and disinformation are not mere inconveniences, they are threats to democracy and peace. And in our quest to build a digitally resilient Ghana, the fight against these online challenges must be relentless. We must recognize that it's a fight that involves all of us, not just the responsibility of governments and corporations. It is a responsibility we all share. We must play our part in ensuring that our digital spaces remain trustworthy, safe, and secure. Today, we focus on a particularly sensitive issue: the safety of our children online, empowering our children while creating opportunities. The internet, with all its boundless opportunities for learning and connection, also poses significant risks, especially for our younger generations. Children and young people are among the most vulnerable to cyber threats due to their extensive use of digital platforms. Cyberbullying, online predators, exposure to inappropriate content, and even the spread of misinformation aimed at manipulating young minds are just a few of the risks we face daily. So we talked about the statistics of almost 22,000 sexual abuse materials being accessed, shared, or produced in Ghana alone, which is terrible. The Global Online Safety Survey conducted by Microsoft reveals a troubling reality, which is 49% of teenagers have experienced medium to severe negative online encounters. According to the same report, this concern is also shared by parents and teenagers globally, with 39% of users increasingly worried about online risks like cyberbullying, harassment, and abuse. Additionally, 33% of users reported issues related to child sexual exploitation and abuse. 25% are affected by hate speech, and 22% experience sexual solicitation. These statistics are alarming and highlight the urgent need for comprehensive measures to protect our children from the dangers that lurk online. As a parent, I understand the fear that comes with allowing your child to explore the internet, knowing that beneath its surface lies a dark undercurrent of potential harm. This fear is shared by all parents over the world, and it is why today's event is very significant. It is therefore with a deep sense of purpose and responsibility that I'm honored to launch the National Child Online Protection Framework today. Developed in alignment with the initiatives of the International Telecommunication Union and UNICEF, this framework represents Ghana's response to the growing need for a comprehensive, child-centered approach to online safety. It reflects a comprehensive approach recognizing the diverse aspects of online safety and addressing the unique challenges our children face in the digital landscape. The National Child Online Protection (COP) framework focuses on 4 critical areas, as mentioned by our minister. Education awareness, which will empower children, parents, teachers, guardians with the knowledge and tools to recognize risks and protect themselves online, which means digital literacy must become fundamental as reading and writing in our schools. The second is legislative enforcement, which will assist lawmakers and law enforcement agencies to ensure that our legal frameworks are robust enough to hold offenders accountable and that they are enforced rigorously to protect our children. Third, technology and innovation, which will encourage the development and deployment of cutting-edge tools, such as parental controls, AI-driven threat detection, and child-friendly digital environments to keep our children safe. And fourth, partnership and collaboration, which suggests, and rightly so, that no single entity can do this alone. We will foster collaboration between government, industry, civil society, and international partners to build a united front against the threats our children face online. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to emphasize that while this National Child Online Protection Framework is an important step forward, it is only the beginning. Protecting our children online is a collective responsibility. So parents, teachers, tech companies, law enforcement agencies, and most importantly, our children themselves all have to play a role. To parents and guardians, I urge you all to stay informed and engaged with your children's online activities. To our educators, I encourage you to make digital literacy a core part of your teaching. And to our tech innovators, I challenge you to create safer, more secure platforms for our children to explore. And finally, to my dear, brilliant students gathered here today, you are the future custodians of Ghana's digital landscape. The skills you develop today will help protect our nation tomorrow. I therefore urge you all to continue to be innovators, inventors, and the change makers that you are. You may encounter setbacks along the way, but you must not allow them to define you. or to keep you from continuing to try. You must always get up and show up. Keep focused and determined to succeed. Remember, with perseverance comes success. And I'd like to see a lot more of you come up with brilliant ideas that will put our dear nation Ghana on the map. Well done to all of you, and continue with your hard work. And a special congratulations to our winning school, St. Peter's Senior High School. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we launch the Child Online Protection Framework, I'm filled with optimism for the future. Together, we are taking decisive steps to create a digital world where children can thrive safely and where innovation and security go hand in hand. Let us commit to this vision, where Ghana leads the way in building a digitally resilient society, free from the threats of cybercrime, misinformation, disinformation, and online harm. Before I conclude, I'd like to take this opportunity to once again commend the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization, the Cybersecurity Authority, for instituting this National Cybersecurity Challenge, and for the tireless work done in the area of child online protection. Your dedication to ensuring that the hard work and innovation of our students are sustained is truly commendable. Additionally, I encourage all organizations, especially those in attendance, to consider supporting the challenge to ensure its sustainability. Once again, I congratulate all participation institutions in this year's competition. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to officially declare the National Online Protection Framework duly launched. Thank you. May God bless us all.
And to officially launch the framework, I'd like to invite to join the second lady up on stage. Please, with a very big round of applause. I'd like to invite to join the second lady up on stage, the Honorable Deputy Minister for Communication, Honorable Charles Champo. Please join us. The Director General of the Cybersecurity Agency, Dr. Albert Nchiboisiakun. Her Excellency, the Australian High Commissioner to Ghana, please join us. We'd also like to invite representatives from UNICEF, from the UNODC, from the NCA, from ARC Foundation, and also from Ramses, to officially launch the National Child Online Protection Framework.
Here know about cybercrimes affecting children. In this era of the fourth industrial revolution, the Ghanaian child is exposed to online risks. Is it a fallacy to say that before now, the Ghanaian child was not well protected online? Like thunder and lightning offered Domankuma, which releases heavenly sweat to nourish humanity. The Cybersecurity Authority of Ghana, like Mau Sogbalisa, is yet to release or launch a COP framework to protect the Ghanaian child, like me.
For online protection.
ase bebre.
Give the microphone.
They are coming. So open up, open up, open up, open up. The second lady.
Your Excellency, it is a great honor for us to present to you a copy of the National Cybersecurity Authority framework. This framework will ensure the safety of children like us when we use the internet. We are grateful for your support in launching this important document, which will protect us as we explore the internet. We believe it will make a positive difference for all children in Ghana. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Stand there. So you can go. So remain. When the lightning comes, you will be all dance, eh? So you can go. Wait me up, raise it.
the National Child Online Protection Framework has been duly launched. A round of applause. A round of applause. I believe this deserves a standing ovation, especially for us children. This framework is here to protect all of us from the dangers online. This is a historical moment as the National Child Online Protection Framework is duly launched. This is a truly historical moment. A very big round of applause. This is a truly historical moment. The launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework, it's here to protect our children. It's here to make sure that you can use the internet safely. It's here to make sure that the bad people online will not be able to reach you. And it's here to make sure that all of us, when we go on TikTok, on Snapchat, and all the online platforms, will not be at risk of all the horrible things that are happening online around the world. One more time, a very big round of applause for all the stakeholders who have made this possible. It's now time for the third and final part of this morning's program. How many months has it been? It's been months going around the whole country, all 16 regions. We divided into 4 zones. This morning, 4 schools representing each zone were on stage. It was a tough competition. I am not shy to say I couldn't answer any of the questions. I was sitting in the auditorium trying to answer some of them. At some point, I decided to just stop because the questions were tough. But you students are so smart. Answer after answer, I began to appreciate the competition even more and more and more. And for those of us who streamed a little bit online, the people watching online were no different. We learned something today. We appreciate all the 4 schools, all of you, for putting in the work and for coming to share, to teach us, and to compete. Well done one more time. It's time for our award ceremony. It's time to award deserving students for putting in the hard work and for doing so well. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the Australian High Commissioner, I beg your pardon, to join me on stage to present the very first award. This award goes to the most outstanding female student. The most outstanding female student. I beg your pardon. We'll begin with the third runner-up. I beg your pardon. We'll begin with the third runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause. Let's welcome up on stage the school that came fourth. The school that came fourth. A round of applause for our girls. Our girls who were on here did so well, made us so proud. Congratulations, our ladies. Congratulations, our ladies from Sewa Kesi Girls High School. Sewa Kesi Girls High School. They put in the work, representing their zone here at the national competition, and they did so well. Big round of applause for our ladies, please. Girls, well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Let's keep clapping for them until they sit down. Because it's not easy to be up here, you know, and to compete on a national platform like this is no mean achievement. Well done, well done. The school gets a laptop from the Ghana Internet Safety Foundation. They also get a cash prize of 2,000 Ghana cedis. They're also taking home branded souvenirs from all our sponsors. They're getting a certificate, of course. Rhoda Sonia. Rhoda Sonia, are you here? Yes. Sena Zinyada. Sena Zinyada. And Ellen Dakura. Congratulations. 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 Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to welcome the country representative for UNICEF in Ghana. Country representative for UNICEF in Ghana, to present the award to the second runner-up. Second runner-up. join me up on stage, the Deputy Communications Minister, Honorable Charles Champong. Please join us up on stage. And the first runner-up, Achimota School. Well done, Achimota School. They each get a medal, of course. They get their certificates. They get a laptop from Cyber Vengeance. And they get a cash prize of 5,000 Ghana cedis. 5,000 Ghana cedis. You are getting as your prize 7,000 Ghana cedis. You get a branded laptop. You get a trophy Our trophy will be handed to you in a moment. That is what you're going to take back to school to show that the hard work you put in has paid off. You are the reigning champions, National Cybersecurity Challenge 2024. We're so proud of you. You also get medals, of course. You get certificates. And branded souvenirs, just to show how proud we are of you. You have done so well. Well done. There's one award which is, I think, very key and very important to me and to most of us here. I would like to invite this young lady, Lawomba Rhoda. Lawomba Rhoda. A round of applause for her. Lawomba Rhoda is the most outstanding female contestant in the entire competition nationally. I'm talking all 16 regions. She's done so well. We're so proud of you. And I'd like to invite Madam Joyce Odame from UNICEF to present the award for Most Outstanding Female Contestant in this competition. We did not have many. She's done so well. So well. Even today, on this platform today, we saw how well she did. And she's shining the light on her school. And for all girls, this award is donated to you from the Ghana Internet Safety Foundation. You've done so well. We're so proud of you. Lawomba Rhoda. Well done. Well All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we're drawing closer to the end of today's event. I'd like to invite from UNICEF, Madam Joyce Odame, to give us the vote of thanks.
Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Samira Baumia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on the existing protocols already established to perform this pleasant task of appreciating everyone who has contributed to the success of this program. I am particularly excited because just like a mother wants to see a child grow and achieve the various developmental milestones, I am happy to see the Child Online Protection Program growing stronger and stronger in Ghana. And I want to thank God for this opportunity and for all of us giving us the gift of life to partake and observe this great occasion. I also want to thank our Second Lady. I know her passion for young people and things concerning children. A couple of years back, we launched the Ghanaian Against Child Abuse campaign, and I've been observing her passion around these issues. I wasn't surprised to see her grace this occasion to launch the Child Online Protection Framework. Madam, thank you, and God bless you. I also want to acknowledge the efforts and then the leadership of the Minister for Communication and Digitalization, Madam Asla Owusu. Her passion for child online protection is unparalleled. And even though she's not here, we want to extend our sincere appreciation for her support for bringing us this far. I cannot go on without acknowledging the efforts and then the support for the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Ntribo-Siakon. Give this man results and you'll be in his good books forever. Sir, thank you so much for all the support for bringing child online protection this far. And as we have already stated, child online protection is a collaborative effort. So if I keep on mentioning the names of organizations and individuals, we are not going to leave here. I want to say thank you to all the stakeholders who have contributed technically, financially, and whatever to make the Child Online Protection Program what it is today. We say thank you and God bless you for all the efforts you have put in, particularly seeing the launch of the COP framework. It is mind-blowing for me. And I want to acknowledge all the efforts of all the people who reviewed and also made contributions to make it this far. On this note, I want to say thank you to everyone, and then the COP team at CSA. I know this is just the beginning of the work. We'll continue to work and stick together and achieve results for children. God bless you all for coming, the students and everyone. God bless you.
Thank you so much, and God bless you too. And now, to give us a closing prayer, I'd like to invite Zainab Dendari to pray with us.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Peace be upon all of us. Can we be in the mood of prayer? We thank Allah for this great day and this enormous opportunity to witness the National Cybersecurity Challenge 2024 and a historical launch of the National Cyber Child Online Protection Framework. It is my hope and prayer that as we move out of here, whatever we have learned, we'll use it to impactfully ensure that the digital space is safe for our children. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen.
Thank you. And this is how we draw the curtains on today's program. A very special thank you to Her Excellency, the Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana, to the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, to the High Commissioner of Australia. Thank you to UNICEF and all of you, all our stakeholder organizations. And congratulations to St. Peter's Senior High School, and to all the contestants and all competing schools, well done. And a bigger congratulations to all of us for being here today to witness this all-important launch of the National Child Online Protection Framework. May the digital space be safe for all children from today and always. Amen. My name is Nash Shako. I've been your MC for today. Thank you all and have a very wonderful day. And please, let's remain seated whilst our dignitaries exit. After they leave, we can have the after party, and then we'll say goodbye. Thank you all.
The needs and requirements of today's market force. In addition to its regular MBA programs at the postgraduate level, the university has introduced new and innovative programs such as MSc International Relations and Logistics and Supply Chain Management.
Pearson offers an alternative route whereby people who have been in the industry for so many years, they have the hands-on experience. Even without a first degree, you can enroll on this program. After 10 months, you get a certificate from Pearson from the UK.
With nursing as one of its flagship programs, the Wisconsin University has set itself apart from its competitors in the sub-region with investment in practical learning environment to offer the much-needed hands-on experience to its students.
Our skills labs are among the best in the county here on campus before they are taken out.
To program aimed at preparing students for a career in the legal field. With a well-stocked library and a variety of teaching methods, including the use of a moot court for court scene simulation, students of our law faculty are guaranteed enriched study experience to make them face the future and the real world with confidence.
We have a well-equipped broadcasting studio for training in sound and video production.
We have in place something we call Dapaba Week for the freshers coming in, and during that period there are a lot of activities that SRC organizes for them.
Wisconsin University, leaders in international education.
an integral part of our everyday lives, both personal and business.
Our current threat landscape is mind-boggling.
At Innovari, we provide solutions to your cybersecurity headaches.
We can assist in protecting your digital assets,
minimize risk, and
create resilience around your organization. One of our most defining differentiators is our Learning Center, which is
a trusted and leading cybersecurity training provider.
We provide knowledge and skills transfer towards
equipping your team.
Innovari is a go-to firm if you want to stay on top of current cyber and
information security skills.
We execute a unique business model of building long-lasting relationships based on strong values and adoption of best practices.
Our business, our focus, our priority
is protecting your business.